Please jump on your phone and stop what you're doing and pay attention to this man. He's our very special guest. I'd like to welcome to the show, live, direct from the back of his picket fence, Stevie Thorpe.
Hey, g'day, brother. Thanks for having me on the show this morning. Beautiful music that you're playing there, and I love the Archie Roach Freedom song. It's got some beautiful messages in it, eh? Happy NAIDOC. Always was, always will be.
Yeah, man. Thanks for that request. I've been playing a lot of First Nations music just over the course of the show, and I'm trying to not go on repeats. I don't think I've played that one in quite a few weeks, so it was a perfect request coming from you. Hey, Steve, how are you?
Yeah, going good. I'm sitting in my backyard, having a cup of tea, just on the ground here, on the earth, feeling this warm breeze outside. It's nice.
How nice is this morning, isn't it? The lights up, the daylight's starting a bit earlier, and that little balmy warmness with a wind breeze. It's a perfect morning. You can't see the chat room, but we've already got Stacey Piper and Janine Payne saying good morning, Stevie. Happy NAIDOC. We've got quite a few listeners right now that are really looking forward to hearing from you, brother. So I appreciate you joining us. What country are you on right now?
I'm on Wurundjeri country. I'm in Ringwood East.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful little hometown where we live. Ringwood Lake around the corner. It's lovely. Pay respect to the ancestors and elders of this land and their culture, and proud to be on this land, with my family.
Yeah, that's beautiful. How have you been over the last few months, and how's things been?
Yeah, it's been. I know there's been a lot of struggle out there for a lot of people, and COVID, and with the challenges. It's been a big struggle for a lot of people, but it's also for us. It's been an opportunity as well. I think to really just get settled in at home. Home is where the heart is, and it's a beautiful place to be. So, shout out goes to of support and thoughts to everybody out there as we go through this transition. But our time has been really good. We've got a little kitten now, cool. As part of the family, and we've been doing the homeschooling with our stepson, and my partner and I have really been able to connect a lot deeper over that time. So it's been good.
You're a deep man, Stevie. The time that I've known you, you're like, which is a great example. I get really encouraged by your stillness. And you really, and this is an observation, and it hopefully I'm correct, or you resonate with it. But you in the calamity and in the circus of the world, you've in the moments that I've met you, you've really forcibly made yourself be quiet and still, and you really connect to something, whether or not it's closing your eyes. But what do you draw on? In those moments when you're closing your eyes, in particular, I remember you doing some spoken word at an open mic night that I put on. The bar's loud and stuff, but you still have this power or this decision to breathe, close your eyes. What's that about for you?
Spirituality, I think. It's about connecting in to something bigger than ourselves, because our minds and our realities, our own personal reality. I feel, I've been on a journey of 15 years of addiction, trauma. I've been through a fair bit, and to come through that, and then to find peace, which I'm finding. I feel, peace from that inner chatter, peace from that lifestyle and from that trauma. I feel like that comes through letting go of past, letting go of resentment, and connecting in spiritually. I think, connecting in beyond that, limited identity of the mind and limited sort of chatter. You know, it's not to underestimate or repress those things, because it's important to express ourselves as well and what's in the mind. But I think to connect to something deeper can bring a whole profound deepness. And I've been experiencing that, and I'm on the journey. I'm a student of learning, and I don't know. I think for me, it's like letting go of knowing, letting go of the need to know. You know, we're so desperate to know, especially in a Western sort of Western sort of construct. It's like you got to know. You got to know.
I need to know.
It creates pressure. So it's about seeking. You know, it's about seeking and saying, "Oh, hang on, I don't know," and then you relief. You feel this relief, and it's like, okay, I just want to learn and I want to find out. And I think I'm getting to that place. I'm really enjoying this the exploration of life, and it's a journey. And I'm no guru or master, but I'm a student of life, and you know, every day is an opportunity to learn more about myself, about, you know, even the bugs and the grass and the moon and the stars and the sun. There's so much more to life than just my existence, and you know, about learning more about my stepson, my partner, the little kitten. You know, there's all these other little lives around me. So, you know, I got to connect into that and be devoted and committed to my family and my life. And I think that brings a sense of gratitude, but also relieves that pressure. So I went pretty deep there, but
that's what this really good radio station's about. To be honest, I love it. It's beautiful to be reminded again that it's okay to not know. It's okay to not know. It's
okay to not know, and
it's actually,
when we let go of what we know, we can learn what we don't know.
Wanting to know gets in the way of us knowing. Trippy. This is full circle stuff going on here. I love it. I expect nothing less from you, Stevie Thorpe, to bring this conversation the way it's going. Hey, how's fatherhood going for you? In a sense, you mentioned a stepdad. How have you enjoyed being a father role model in your life?
It's been great. You know, we got a trampoline just over there, which I'm looking at, and we got a fire pit over there. We tell stories, go down to the park, and you know, it's just really, and it's holding space, you know, for him, you know, to become whatever he wants to be. You know, that's important. You know, we're helping the next generation. I think that's what it's about. So I'm really privileged and honoured to be a part of his life and helping him to, you know, hopefully blossom and become, you know, who he wants to be, or whatever that is.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
What's your childhood like? Give us a little snapshot of how you grew up, and where did you grow up?
I grew up all over the place, actually. We moved around a lot as kids. I went to a lot of different schools. That was pretty challenging, but you know, when I think back on my childhood, I think about, you know, how strong my mum was, you know, as a single mother, and you know, and what she's taught, you know, like as a single mothers, you know, let's pay respect to them. You know, it was because of her we can a few years ago, and I think that's, you know, single mums and, you know, any single parents really, but my mum was a single mum, and she had, you know, they had to play mum and dad, you know, in a sense, and that's powerful. Strong women that can do that, and she instilled a lot of values in me, a lot of culture in me, and you know, connected me to my history and what you know, I think that's what she tried to instill into us as kids. But also, you know, I remember my nan, you know, she'd always open up her house, you know, to the whole family, and you know, even to people that just needed help, that needed a bit of help out there in the community, or whether it's, you know, just not even, just not even non-Aboriginal people, just mainstream people, that she would open up her home to those that are struggling. And, so I think, my childhood was a journey, and I got to live on a couple of missions. I got to live on Banyanda mission, or community, as I like to call it now,
Whereabouts is that?
Banyanda.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Whereabouts is that for people that don't know these names?
So, Banyanda mission or communities in Gippsland, Gunnai country. So I got to live down there for not very long, but it was good to connect with my cousins, play chasey, play footy, and we'll have water fights, and connect. We lived up near the Snowy River, beautiful part of the country, and we lived in Lake Honda Mission as well. So that's in Gunditjmara country. We lived down there, got to swim around in the rivers and see the eel traps, the 8,000-year eel traps down there. And,
wow.
And the huts, beautiful as a kid, not even really knowing what it's all about, but you're just connecting into the water and getting leeches on you, like we used to get leeches down there. And I think, those are the good memories. And, there's some challenging times too, transgenerational trauma, going into that subject. There's a lot of trauma that gets passed on from generation to generation. I think it's hard not to pass that stuff on. So I experienced a bit of that as well. I've been in, not going straight from a highlight to a low light, but it's acknowledging the whole journey. I've learned from being in the homes as a kid. So there's been those, whole spectrum of experience, which has helped me, shaped me. But I think childhood's about, even connecting now, a lot of adults, we think we have to be just adult and serious. But I think part of our culture is connecting back to the child spirit, just connecting back to that fun and excitement and, and bringing that energy, because that's that light energy, and that's the energy that we need too. It can't always be long face.
No. Oh, look, I resonate with that a lot, Stevie. Like the childness is I promote it. It's a beautiful thing, and not just in a little silly way, but in that learning. Like children, you say something, they're like, they learn. Like there's many things to kind of continue from our childhood, and growing up isn't always a great idea in some sense. Tell us a little bit about what led you to addiction, got you into a space of addiction, in particular with drugs and alcohol, and you talk a little bit about the trauma. What led you towards that world, and give us a little bit of insight into those years.
What led me into it? It's hard to sort of go back into that because I am so far away from that. I'm 5 years on another journey, and
wow.
I commit myself to healing and transformation and transcending those traumas every day, and not handing that stuff on. So that I become I become clear and balanced, and then don't hand that on. I think that's my focus, and that then creates space to manifest so much more, joy and peace and happiness, and that connecting to that child spirit without that trauma as well. So I think what led me into the addictions was a lack of direction, a lack of identity. As Aboriginal people, it's been a destruction of our culture, and there's so many others have experienced that would experience this. They just don't know who they are. They don't know where they come from or how they connect, because the line has been severed, in many ways from our connection to that spiritual realm, or to that our ancestors, to our culture. So when that's broken, in a way, you're broken. And that's how I was. I was just searching, looking, but not searching in the wrong places. It's the searching, when I look back, the searching is a good thing, but it's about where we direct that energy. And if there's not enough, for me, there wasn't enough guidance. There's that guidance to say, hang on, not go down that way, come over this way, and you can be whoever you want to be. You can be this, you can be that. You don't have to go and look in get your identity through a bottle or through a pipe, a crack pipe or whatever. You can be whoever you want to be. And the opportunity to realize that, I didn't maybe see that, or it wasn't there enough for me to really claim that. And I think there comes a point where it's then your responsibility, and I was avoiding responsibility too. So it's sort of, in the early years, you're more sort of product of the environment and also situation and circumstances. But then as I got older, there was key moments where I was choosing that life, choosing to waste my potential, and take that option. So I think, there came a point where I had a choice, life or death. Like in a way, I got that. I got that. Hang on, I'm killing myself here, and I had a heart attack. From anxiousness and repressed trauma and ice use and marijuana use, and I ended up in the hospital. And that was a turning point. Sometimes the best things. I thank that moment actually, and I'm not sort of looking for people to feel sorry for me or to go, wow, that's hard. Well, yeah, it was hard, but it also was that spark, that thing that said, hang on, wake up, you got to get conscious now. So, it turned my direction, and that's what, that sort of leads into what I've been trying to do for the last 5 years. And, become more conscious, become less compulsive and more responsible for my action, both for myself, for my family and community. And this what leads me into the projects that I'm doing now in community, just showing up to give, and to provide that space to the people that need it the most. I'm really happy about that.
It's beautiful to hear that there's this kind of full circle moment where you were brought up around a mother that gave to others. You led a more selfish life, I guess. You were kind of treating yourself improperly. You were just kind of not being considerate, really, of anything, really, any responsibility outside of you, which so wasn't what your mum was doing around you. I think that would have to come into play, surely, that this wasn't the way you were brought up. And essentially, when you overcome addiction and you got yourself, you had that moment. You haven't stopped, and you got involved with Dardi Munwurro and two programs in particular you've mentioned before, and the Beyond the Bars program. Tell me a little bit about those.
Yeah, Dardi Munwurro, the men's program, family violence, culture, healing, leadership. It's about. I got involved in that because I seen a lack of male role model in my life, and hearing about men's groups and men's business, and I was like, I was so sort of, like in and out, in transit in my life, that I didn't really know about that. And then, so I was first a client of Dardi Munwurro, right, and that's where I was able to let go and connect in to my heart space and tears, and my story, and connect through to that pain, so then I could actually take responsibility for it, and start to heal it and be on that journey. I had a big transformation, and then I thought, all right, this is really great, this stuff on a camp. So, you know, I always, even though I was on addictions and cycles and all that, I remembered those stories and remembered my mum, and, you know, what that was instilled in me from a young age, you know, to help others. And so that's what I wanted to do. And Alan and JB, they're good men, and they seen that in me and they wanted to nurture that. So they gave me an opportunity to work with young people, to work with the men as well. So I've done a lot of them camps. Yeah, it's all on that journey, you know, healing, transformation.
I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Yeah.
You're a spoken word. I was rocked, moved when you did some spoken word. Have you got anything on you now in the files? Is it too early? Have I not prepared you enough? Maybe while you're thinking about that.
I only know one off by heart, actually. So
well, it must
that
be
one.
Yeah, let's hear it. If you are just tuning in, we are speaking to Stevie Thorpe, proud Gunnai Gunditjmara Man, and he joins us from out in Ringwood on Wurundjeri country, and he's our guest as part of a special week of NAIDOC Week, Really Good Radio. And thanks to all the people that are writing in. Thanks for sharing your story. Alice Young, very proud of you, Stevie, my neph. Stacey Piper, you're incredible and brave, Stevie. You've dug deep and bring such heart to those around you. And we're going to play some Archie Roach, also Get Back to Land for you, Alice, as well. And shout out to Radio with Ryan on Mixcloud too. I just bought you some time, Stevie. Over to you.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Hey man, it's all good. It's all good, man. I love it. I love giving this platform to people with good stories. But yeah, give us some spoken word, man. I'm keen. I reckon the listeners would love to hear something if you've got it.
Yeah, I do. I've got something I can share. I do have some written stuff, but I don't know if it's on this phone here, so I don't know whether I should. Can you still see me if I do that?
Nah, we lose the camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's all good. I'll do something. I've got one that I've memorized that I wrote when I was in the midst of ice addiction, actually. And, you know, that voice trying to find expression, and it forced itself out. And then it was a really great message, nonetheless. You know, it was a message that was deep. And then, you know, as it actually facilitated part of the getting clean. You know, because it was powerful. You know, it was that sort of coming through. You know, I was like, hang on, there's something a deeper message that's cracking all of that.
Wow.
And then, you know, I started then performing it, and then I actually really started to feel the words actually as I went on my journey. You know what I mean? So that was I'll share that one.
Thanks, brother. Platform's yours.
So are we listening to a song now?
No, I'm going to hear some of your spoken word. Are you going to do something?
Yeah. I thought you bought some time with a bit of song.
No. It's over to you, Braz. It's over to you.
All right. You're a spiritual being of the universe, far from worthless and blessed with divine purpose. Mind, body, and spirit has no equal, nothing near it. It's yourself, and only you can free it. So I look at the man in the mirror. In time, I see him clearer, the spirit that I'm destined to be, deserved by all from birth to be free. I stand as a black man of the Gunnai clan. This is who I am. A black man, but I'm far from free. So I have a question. Can you help with this lesson? White society is a culture erasing, money-making nation. This is not a new revelation, but assimilation. for our nation. I've had a mental blank there. Because genocide exists. I'm going to go back. I haven't said a poem for a while, so hang on. Spiritual being. Mind, body, and spirit has no equal, nothing near it. It's yourself and only you can prove. So I look at the man in the mirror. In time, I see him clearer, the spirit that I'm destined to be, deserved by all from birth to be free. I stand as a black man of the Gunnai clan. This is who I am. This is who I am, a black man, but I'm far from free. So can you help with this lesson? White society is a culture, a race and money-making nation. This is not a new revelation, but assimilation for our nation. Yes, genocide exists. It's justified with lies for your ignorant eyes. It's time to realize. So check your reality. As slavery disguised as a free society, you're a number far from yourself, pursuing misery labeled as wealth. So now you know you're far from true wealth. In fact, you have nothing if you're not pursuing yourself, the only pursuit that leads to true and infinite wealth. When you know and accept this, it doesn't matter if your journey is slow, you will grow. Just like water, you will flow. I'm eternally grateful for those that walk the track. Self-sacrifice, it didn't matter what they lacked. They showed me how to be black, and I'm so thankful for that. They upheld us, laid a path for healing. Yes, it's our elders. So I'm walking tall in the footsteps of higher powers, because family is ours, forever strong in the final hours. So as I remember my family's call, I stand 10 feet tall and rise when I fall. Father and mother, I love you. The only reason I am is because of you.
My brother, thank you so. Wow. Stevie Thorpe, if you are just tuning in, our guest this beautiful morning, this special NAIDOC week morning, on a lovely Thursday at 7:58 a.m, we are honoured to have you in our presence, Steve. I really appreciate you expressing then, and I apologise to put you on the spot. I should have given you a bit of a warning, but hey, like you said, it doesn't matter if you don't know. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And also grow up. Oh man, you touch on some things that I'm really wary about with how I speak around kids and how adults used to speak to me, and this whole grow up. When you grow up, you know, and when adults say it, man, what are you being so immature for? Grow up. This might be while I'm dacking my mum or something, but you know, it's irrelevant what's happening. But not my mum. No, but in all seriousness, it's beautiful to hear from you, Steve. And you set up some really important reminders that I think will always be worth being reminded. They're valuable, ongoing reminders, and we need to be reminded from different people, different voices. The more people that are saying the same thing, the more embedded, and I think the change does happen. The more we encourage each other and realise that we're all humans, and we're all here together. And it's your time today's been invaluable. I want to just touch on a little bit about Sunday, Steve. It's a great thing. I've been made aware of it over the last few weeks. Who doesn't like getting around the dinner table or around the lunch table? And tell us a little bit about your involvement with DD's Kitchen, and where can we go this Sunday to catch up?
Yeah, DD's Kitchen, community work. It's been a really special. I've been really honoured and blessed that this opportunity to volunteer and give back to community has presented itself. And I've been doing that as a community man for a long time. We're meeting down at Collingwood neighbourhood house on Sunday. We've been there the last. This will be our sixth week. Just giving. It's all about community. Building up community, providing a space for those. For those that need it most. For the people. That's we want to just do the action. Get down there. You know, we're going to have a big screen of NAIDOC, big screen for the NAIDOC events.
Yeah.
We're going to have a smoothie truck. We're going to, you know, we've got enough food, enough food for everybody that comes. Delicious food, you know, Dardi Kitchen, fantastic people, you know, as you know, they've been doing, you know, and that's why, you know, you manifest things, I believe, and it's like it's the vibrational thing. And Dardi Kitchen, you know, they've been doing this fantastic work in other communities, with international students, homeless community, and he's got an amazing story of transformation and change. Daman is the guy that founded that. And, you know, so we vibed each other, and he's like, I want to do something. I'm like, let's do something. And so then we just got out there and we just started doing it, you know. It was just, there was no sort of, you know, I mean, you know, we've got to do things right. We're doing the COVID safe planning. We've got the food safety supervisors, temperature checking, you know, so that's all, you know. Safety is the first priority too, you know. We just want to make sure that everything's, you know, safe and then, you know, but we and then once we do that, let's bring the people in. You know, it's time to do that. Restrictions have eased, and you know, we can get to these events. So it's about this weekend celebrating our culture through NAIDOC. You know, celebrating. We're going to, you know, celebrating culture. What better way to do that through delicious food, music, and smoke and ceremony. Wow. And a smoothie truck, you know, like let's get down there.
It's great food. So it's Indian food. And I wanted to also mention, Vic NAIDOC via myself, I'm streaming live from that event. So we'll be streaming live, Stevie. I'm going to be running a radio show from start to finish. People can come down and get on air, and we'll be streaming the whole entire day, live to air on our website, on the Vic NAIDOC website, the Vic NAIDOC Facebook page. And if you come down, you can come sit next to me and jump on air, and we'll get around. And it's a great initiative from DD's, and it's great that you're on board. I'm literally looking forward to getting down there and having a bit of dal and a few curries and a mango lassi maybe.
We've got 8 dishes. We probably have 8 dishes.
Yeah.
And we've had things like lamb shanks. We've had meatballs. We've had pasta dishes, rice dishes.
Cool.
Beautiful food. Hey, beautiful food.
And so where's the address? Do you know what the address is?
Yeah. So there's 2 addresses, really. So there's a front and back. So parking on Perry Street, 121. So Perry Street, Collingwood. Around 121 Perry Street, if you chuck that in your Google Maps.
Yep.
Or if you just chuck in Google into the Google Maps, Collingwood Neighbourhood House, that'll come up 253 Hoddle Street. Just find a park around, you know, where it's convenient. And get in there. Get on the radio with Troy and everybody.
Follow your nose. Just follow the dial. Follow the dial.
And the smoking ceremony.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. Really looking forward. What's that, Braz?
You'll see the ancestors come down.
Yeah,
you know, through that
I love it. It's going to be a great way to. I'm really looking forward. Just it's pretty much the end of NAIDOC week for here, even though we are doing something. But our final event, the cabaret, is on Saturday, and I hope you're doing a spoken word, Stevie, for cabaret.
Oh, yeah.
You better.
Yes.
That's the second time I put you on the spot here, and I regret it sometimes. No, we've got the cabaret on Saturday where all First Nations artists are invited to just pre-record something and add it to the playlist, and we're going to broadcast on Saturday night and give a stage to all our mob. And hey, look, a little asterisk, it's a paid gig, all right? We're not asking you to come and work for free in NAIDOC week, so... it's going to be a great night, but then to back it up on a Sunday afternoon lunch, I'm really looking forward to getting down there. And DD's, if you go to the website, Facebook page, DD's Kitchen, literally the 2 letters DD's Kitchen. I've put up a link in the chat line, DD's Kitchen AU. They've got a great site there. Get down to the Collingwood, to Perry Street. You'll catch up with Stevie down there. It'll be all sanitised. It's all COVID safe. And see out NAIDOC week, but also get along, and it's a great slogan. Food is a basic human right. It's a So it should be. So you're inviting all the homeless people there and the disadvantaged, and making sure everyone gets a good feed.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Love it.
We want to look after. Yep. Beautiful. Couldn't have said it better. Thank you.
Oh, mate.
That's it.
Stevie Thorpe, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Troy. Have a great one.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
Happy NAIDOC
Lots
too,
of love.
bros, and I'll see you Sunday.
Yeah. Always was, always will be.
My man.
Cheers, mate.